What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am, and well, I'm having a great day. There's a lot of people over on Wall Street that are having the opposite. I think they call it a bad one. Yesterday, there was a huge situation where the market ended up tumbling like a lot. And I just figured I would talk about it because, you know, it's something that I enjoy talking about here on the channel, and it's something that's been popping. It's a big deal. Plenty of Wall Street guys gonna be doing the electric shuffle out of their Main Street apartment buildings later tonight. You know what I mean? They're getting evicted. Someone's getting fired. Realistically, though, guys, the article we're going to be talking about, that's not me just spouting nonsense, is the Dow tumbles 700 points for its worst drop since October as investors fear a COVID resurgence. For those of you that don't know, the Dow is one of these indexes that tracks a bunch of companies in the market. So generally, when the entire thing is down like 700 points, it means most companies in that are doing pretty bad on that particular day. And it wasn't just the Dow, man. The S&P, NASDAQ, everything was going down. Green is up, red is down, bro. It was a sea of red out there. You might as well have told me that somebody slaughtered a pack of chickens. Somebody ran over a wild mule pack with a semi-trailer. That's how red the streets were today. U.S. stocks fell aggressively Monday on concern a rebound in COVID cases would slow economic growth. The selling picked up as the session went on, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average had its worst day since October. Obviously, whenever stocks fall aggressively, it's not very good, but at the same time, I personally am not freaking out too much. Yeah, you know, portfolio-wide, I was down about 2.5% today. But that being said, that just happens with stocks. They go up, they go down. It's just what's going to happen, dude. I think this year and last year we were just on such a tear that anytime there's any downward movement, everybody feels like it's the end of the world. Believe it or not, stocks don't only go up. Sometimes they have to go down too. Obviously, if I had a crystal ball, I would have sold yesterday, bought today when everything's lower. But, you know, that's just not the way it is. I will say the rebound in COVID cases is definitely a little bit concerning. We were told that the only way the economy was going to recover is if it reopened full swing and nothing really got in the way of it being able to do what it wanted to do and grow. And the fact that it's looking like we might be heading back towards lockdowns and whatnot definitely doesn't give confidence to anyone right now. I think California just went back to the mask mandate. There's a lot of big states in the United States that seem to be backtracking on everything that seemed to be going well. So I understand the fear for sure. I understand why people would be selling. But I do think in perspective of how incredible this year has been in terms of growth of stocks, losing 2%, yes, that's awful. It sucks. It's not fun. I don't know if it's down more today when this video is coming out. But as of now, you know, I don't know. But yeah, stocks do go down. It's the way it is, especially when they've been on an incredible tear like this. We might be down 2% today, but we're up 60% in the last 2 years, so the Dow dropped 725 points, or 2.1%, to 33,962 in a broad-based rout that sent all 30 members lower. At one point during the session, it was down 946 points before recovering some ground into the close. The S&P fell 1.6%, with energy, financials, and industrials being the worst-performing sectors, and the NASDAQ composite slid 1.1%, posting its fifth straight day of losses and its worst losing streak since October. The 10-year Treasury yield reached a 5-month low of 1.17%, exacerbating fears about the slowing economy, and the small-cap Russell 2000 dropped 1.5% and then dipped into correction territory on an intraday basis, down more than 10% from its March high. I don't know, when days like this happen and everything's down, it's hard to, for me, really to take it personally or really freak out, because obviously it's something going on market-wide, and sometimes you're going to have situations where the market goes down. I know I sound like a broken record saying that, dude, but I've seen people on Reddit and, all places like that just freaking out. Oh my gosh, is it ever going to come back from this? Are we going to go into a recession? Is the economy going to explode? And listen, sure, we might drop more. They might drop another, let's say it drops another 10%. Worst case scenario. Let's say, 20. Eventually, it's going to come back. Obviously, if you're 65 years old, you should have been a little bit more conservatively putting your money in bonds. You shouldn't have had it all in stocks. But as a 22-year-old now, I promise you most of my money is in growth stocks, tech, that type of stuff. I've got some safe players. Don't get it twisted. I love me some dividends. But I'm not freaking out. It's gonna be okay over the long term. And for anybody that's no, it's not, this is the end of the U.S. economy, it's never gonna recover, then we've got much bigger problems, bro. Life life as we know it is over. Watching this YouTube video doesn't matter. If the U.S. economy collapses, life is about to change quite heftily for everybody. You have two concerns coming together. Concerns about market technicals and concerns about growth. Allianz chief economic advisor Mohamed El-Erian told CNBC's Squawk Box on Monday. That's what the asset classes are telling you. And then here's a little nifty chart of it being like, here's all the drops recently. And as you can tell, bro, it's the most recent one, I guess, on that chart since May. That's been like a sizable drop. But overall, even compared to like everything else on that list, it's not that bad in the grand scheme of things. Call me crazy, dude, but I remember right when COVID like first broke out onto the scene, man, everything was down way more than this. In fact, I just think recently I saw an article somewhere talking about how like the recession of COVID officially only lasted 2 months when like looking at all the data. But for those 2 months, dude, it was brutal. There was no good news. Nothing was really going up. You would have thought that, like, this was basically the end of times. And even then, I'm young. I remember, like, back when I was younger, I didn't own any stocks. In 2008, dude, people talking like it was the end of the world. And obviously, things sucked for a while. I'm not going to pretend that things were fantastic. I lived in Las Vegas. We got mollywopped. But everything was okay. Like, everything's gonna be all right. This sucks for sure. I definitely think that, if you got a lot of money on the line and you really needed it, then it shouldn't have been invested. Me personally, I'm actually kind of excited. I've got a little bit of cash on the side that I've been waiting for a chance to buy some more stocks, and after a day like today, it's a good time. Honestly, I like to look at days like this as stuff just kind of going on sale. Like, obviously, it's unfortunate that stuff goes down, but once it's down, what am I gonna do about it, bro? Like, you want me to just get out an air pump and start trying to reinflate the stock price like a balloon? It's not gonna do anything. COVID cases have rebounded this month in the U.S., with the Delta variant spreading amongst the unvaccinated. The U.S. is averaging 26,000 new cases a day in the last 7 days, up from a 7-day average of around 11,000 a month ago, according to CDC data. Cases were already flaring up around the world because of this new variant. The volatility index surged as high as 25 amid the broad market sell-off, its highest level since May, and the so-called fear gauge looks at the prices of options on the S&P 500 to track the level of fear. Anytime that you have an unknown situation, there's obviously going to be a lot of fear. I was even talking about this in like that China video I made a couple days ago about warning investors. Anytime you don't know what's going to happen, it's not a good time to be invested. And when you're not too sure if you're about to lock down again because cases are on the uptick, last time we had a situation like this, the economy came to a stop. Obviously, all of these things are going to have an impact on stock prices, and I'm not surprised that, like, bad news like this is having a negative impact on the market. This just seems pretty obvious to me. Even then, I do feel like long-term everything's going to be okay. I feel like this is more of a short-term correction, because with the cases that are going up, as it says in the article, it's amongst the unvaccinated. And vaccination rates are going up. Obviously, it's not too good either way, but I do feel like if we were to have a situation, it wouldn't be as big of a deal because we already have a sizable chunk of the population that can't be affected. Obviously, round 2 electric boogaloo is unfortunate. Nobody wants it. But when before you had to protect 300 million people and now there's only 100 million, like, it's still really hard, but it's way easier. Despite Monday's decline, the overall damage to the market remains tame. The S&P 500 is still just 3.1% below the record reached last week, and investors are hoping for more better-than-expected earnings results will put a bottom under the market. Billionaire investor Bill Ackman said on Monday that the spread of the Delta variant doesn't pose a significant threat to the economic reopening, as it could speed the pace to herd immunity. I hope what it does is that it motivates anyone who doesn't get the vaccine to get the vaccine. I don't think it's going to change behavior to a great extent, and you are going to see massive, in my view, economic boom, and we're going to have an extremely strong economy in the coming fall. Yeah, I do think that's something that nobody's factored in. Obviously, this new variant is going to affect the unvaccinated. It's going to push people to get vaccinated, but I don't really foresee a situation where people willingly go into lockdown again, too. I feel like at this point, people are kind of at the point where they're like, oh, well, I'm going regardless. If I have to wear a mask, then I got to wear a mask. But I don't know if people are going to be like willingly as happily to sit in their houses for 2 months again. And I don't necessarily know that consumer behavior is going to change a whole bunch, Like, I don't think the average bear is going to go back to what they were doing last year. And even then, as the article said too, bro, like, this is what I mean. All the doom and gloom, it's over, the economy's never gonna recover. Guys, we hit a record last week, and it's only 3.1% away. In the grand scheme of things, everything is still very much within reach. Like, we're not even into crazy correction. As I said, I might be eating my words. I'm making this video last night when you guys are seeing this, so whatever. If we're down another 9% today, then crap, I still have the same view. Everything's gonna work out. It's gonna be okay. But yeah, that's what's going on with the stock market, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of a crash coming in. I think everything's gonna work out. Well, let me know in the comments if you think it's over, if the economy's just simply never coming back. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Use code Scrubae at the G Fuel checkout. It helps me out. It helps you out. Literally everybody is a winner. Other than that, you can get some merch from the description and check out my podcast, the Scuffed Cast. All that can be found down there. And on that note, that's going to do it for the video. Big thank you to all the members. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.